Welcome to our guide on end-to-end testing with Cypress in a Vue.js 3 application. Let's start with the Cypress plugin setup located in the Cypress plugins index.js file. We require the start dev server method from the Cypress Webpack plugin and the define config method from Cypress. The define config method allows us to export the Cypress configuration in an easy-to-read object format. Inside the E2E configuration, we specify a setup node events function which listens for the dev server start event. This is where we integrate the Cypress dev server with our Vue application by calling start dev server with the provided options, essentially bootstrapping our app in a testing environment. This setup provides a reliable starting point for the app to be tested. Moving on to the Cypress support commands.js file. In this file, you can extend Cypress with custom commands that can perform specific actions reusable across multiple tests. This can greatly improve the maintainability of your test suite. Currently, this file is empty because we don't have any custom commands to add, but as your testing needs grow, this is where you can define them. The Cypress support index.js file is automatically loaded before each test run. Here, we import the commands file which would include any custom commands we've defined. You can also set global before or after each hooks, or override certain Cypress configurations to suit your test setup. It's a good place to set up your test environment consistently. Next, we have our Cypress configuration file, which can be named Cypress.json or Cypress config.js. This JSON outlines the main configuration for our Cypress tests. The base URL is the starting point for all the HTTP requests during the tests, typically your application's local development server address. Integration folder is where your end-to-end test files reside. Support file points to the file that runs before every test, as mentioned earlier. And there's also configuration for the fixtures, videos, and screenshots directories, which are used to store static data, recorded test runs, and snapshots of the application state during tests, respectively. This setup helps organize your test assets and keep track of different parts of your test scenarios. Finally, let's look at an example of a test file in Cypress integration app.spec.js. Here, we define a test suite for the app with describe and an individual test using it. Our test navigates to the root URL of the Vue.js application using scivisit. We then assert that the page contains an h1 tag with the expected text, ensuring the correct rendering of the root component. This is just a starting point. More tests can be added to this file to cover the full range of the application's behavior, ensuring that every important flow is tested and meets the required standards.